So we're gonna go with a green spring. I'm gonna have the option to go red for harder, and then I have the option to go yellow for lighter. I'm gonna grab my right strap and I'm gonna send my left forward. It's almost like I'm in a kneeling stationary lunge. So my right foot goes right back towards my headrest. I have to cue that the hips are gonna press forward and I'm gonna squeeze the side of the glute. Otherwise, when I move this strap, I might just fall over. So I want them really anchored and secure. The green is gonna be harder to press. I might start with the long loop, and then if they think, oh, that feels way too easy, then I would just close the carriage fully, cue the close the carriage fully instead of trying to change your hands with the strap in your hand. I'm gonna push with my right hand holding strap, and then left hand holding dumbbell. Push, pull, push, pull. And I'm gonna push, pull, hinge, and bend. Push, pull, hinge, and bend. So I'm gonna go left arm, right arm, hinge, and it turns into a kickback with biceps. Once I've gone through that plenty, I'm gonna hold the hinge. I'm gonna keep the hinge forward, squeeze my shoulder blades, bend and extend both limbs, so triceps and biceps feel it. And then when I feel ready and it feels right, I'm gonna bring the strap in, slip my hand through, bring my foot back behind me, reaching with my arms right at the edge of my carriage, and I'm gonna start my left leg work with an oblique swing that goes to the side of my carriage, and then a left leg lift that goes down and up. So create a whole series where you're going left leg first, burning out with the swing, whether you swing for a while and then add tiny kicks, tiny circles, you choose. Once I'm done, I'm gonna bring my knees back to the carriage. I'm gonna safely put my strap right back on its hook, and then I'm gonna send myself straight to my platform. So once I get into my platform, it's my left leg that I'm gonna be working, so I want my left leg to go to the carriage. This is confusing for people's brains. Green is gonna be the most supported. I'm gonna see if they can go to a yellow spring and go out into a side lunge and then pull back in. Out to a side lunge, pull back in. Spend plenty of time into the side lunge and then pull yourself in and out from a squat. And then put them together. So the coordination of back to lunge. We do a side kick from the right leg, we pull it in and we press it out. Then we want to eventually close the carriage all the way and do pretty much the same thing but in the reverse. So I face back towards the back of my platform. I go classic reverse lunge for a while. When I feel ready, I add the kick. And then when I feel ready, I connect. So I go from my lunge straight into the kick. Lunge, straight into the kick. Once you're ready, let's bring the carriage right back to the stopper. So the challenge of this one is that I'm going to have my light tension, and then I'm gonna step directly in front of my foot bar, and I'm gonna go straight to heavy tension. And I'm going to put my red spring on. Some people have potential for a little bit more. The edge of my foot goes right on my carriage, and I'm gonna push, pull. Lift left heel with the carriage still. Push right leg. So I pull it in, freeze, lift your left heel with control, push your right leg right back out. So stay with that combo for just a little bit, and then turn forward. So it's the same exact thing. Let's get really low and just push and pull right leg. Your final burnout from this position will be your knee right underneath your hip, and then we're gonna pulse, 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 and then tiny 1-inch pulses while right knee is right underneath hip. Close the carriage. But the finale for your left leg is gonna be going to the left side of the machine. I'm gonna get low and send my right leg to the other shoulder block furthest from me, Stay low and do a spider kick as we go in and out. And it'll be the same concept. So we'll bring it in so the knee is bent right close to the hip line, pulse the standing leg, and then pulse the back leg to the right. Now the key is that when you're putting your foot up onto the carriage, the inside of your foot is down so the hip's not open. The hip is actually closed even though the knee is actually angled out. So make sure they find that right alignment so that they get the side of their glute.